Hello, welcome children. Welcome to Shivjyoti Educational Group Kota online classes. Today we are going to go with class 10th English, poem 2nd Fire and Ice by Robert Frost. Let's go with the introduction. Robert Frost's poem Fire and Ice expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, that is, ice or fire. Both the components are compared with self-destructing human emotions, that is, hatred and desire. The poem very artistically underpins the philosophy that we let our emotions rule us, and if we don't control them, they will surely destroy everything around us. Similarly, he thinks fire and ice both are just as competent in bringing the world to a catastrophic end. Let's start with the poem now. The poem says, some say the world will end in fire, some say in ice. From what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. Here, the poet expresses the profound idea that the world would end in either of two ways, either by ice or by fire. There are two groups of opinion. The first group of opinion says that someday the earth core will get so heated up that it would lead to fire, destroying earth's surface. The second group says that if the temperature goes down to an extent that makes life on earth impossible, it would have the same catastrophic effect. The poet then compares fire and ice with the destructive feature of human emotions. The human emotions are desire and hatred. He says that from what he is aware about fiery desires, he would favor the one who says that it would be fire. By saying so, he brings about the idea that human beings let their emotions rule them, and the consequences of unmonitored longing in is chose. Next line of the poem is, but if it had to perish twice, I think I know enough of hate to say that for destruction ice is also great and would suffix. Here it is said that then by not waiving of the first option of fire, he considers if the world has to expire twice, ice would be equally competent in ending it. He brings about a contrast between ice and hatred. The human capability of insensitivity and hatred has the potential of inner destruction. Though slow and steady, it has the same effect that desire has on us. So, if given an option between fire and ice, ice would be just as good as fire to destroy the world. So, this is the explanation of the poem. Now, many literary devices are used in this. First is, what is the rhyme scheme of the poem? The rhyme scheme of the poem is A, B, A, B, C, B, C, B. The second literary device used in it is assonance. Assonance means it is the repetition of vowel sound in the same line. The repetition is at different places in different words. For example, the long sound of O in I hold with those who favor fire. That means hold and those long O sound is coming up. Next is alliteration. Alliteration, it is the repetition of consonant sound at the start of two or more closely placed words. Example, the sound of F in favor fire and W in world will. The next literary device is imagery. Imagery is used to make readers perceive things involving their five senses. Example, some say the world will end in fire. To say that for destruction, ice is also great. Next literary device is anaphora. Anaphora, it is the repetition of a word or expression at the start of two or more consecutive lines. Example, some say is repeated at the start of lines 1 and 2. Next is personification. Personification is to give human qualities to inanimate objects. In this poem, fire and ice are capable of destruction. Thus, the poet personifies fire and ice by giving them mind and power to destroy anything. And the last poetic device which is used in the poem is enjambment. Here, enjambment means it is defined as the thought or clause that does not come to an end at the line break. Rather, it moves over to the next line. That is, the line continues in the next line without putting up the full stop. So here it is said, example is given, from what I have tasted of desire, I hold with those who favor fire. So here no full stop is there. Continuity of the line is going on. That's why here it is enjambment. So here this is the end of the explanation. Practice questions are given over here. So you can continue with the practice question. You can practice it at home. Thank you very much.